Hello learners and welcome back. I am Priyanka from iSecLearn, known from Better Education and Better Careers. And in today's session, we will understand how to set up and install R. So what are the objectives of this video? Firstly, we will download R. If you're working on Mac, Windows or Linux, not a problem, we'll download R for all these devices. Next, we will install R and we'll go through the entire complete process, how to install R on your machines. Next is RStudio. We will be again downloading RStudio and working on this integrated development environment, which is very comfortable and suitable for R. And we will also explore other ways wherein you can download R and bypassing this RStudio or anything by using Anaconda Navigator. So now let's jump on to the practical session. I'll see you there. Hello learners and welcome back. And today we are going to download R and RStudio on our machines and different ways of doing that. So first of all, open your web browser. My default is Google. And then write here rcran. So when you will write this, you will get this first website and just open that. This is the comprehensive R archive network, which is an open source. So you can download it for Linux, Mac OS or Windows. So I'm working on Windows. I'll do this for Windows. And once you do this, so if you're installing it for the first time, go for the base and install for the first time. So here you will click here 64-bit and download our 4.2.2 version for Windows. So as you can see here that it is saying it's 42 seconds left. Till then, let me tell you what does this do. Since this is an executable file, once I will click once it's done, it will tell me that it will extract all the files and packages and it re-downloaded in a computer ready to use. Okay, so since it's been done, so I'll just click on this and it'll take some time. You have to be patient with this. Okay, so I'll say yes and it will tell you to select the language. It's English, okay, and this is some you can say some information that they need, and so you can just say next. Where you want to store this file, it is in C programs file for me. I'll say next and let this be default setting, it's okay. And okay, I will accept this default no. And then okay, this is R, which is perfect for me. And I want to create a desktop shortcut, yes, and I click next. So now you can see it is extracting all the files and that is quite fast. So all the files have been extracted in the same folder where we have downloaded this R. So you can see, yeah, it's quite fast. It will be just in few seconds. Okay, so I'll finish this and now let's see whether R has been installed or not. So you can see this desktop folder. In this desktop, this shortcut has been created. Now what's next? Let me show you how do you install now RStudio. So another thing is then RStudio. Now RStudio is just an IDE where you will write all your programs. So I will download this RStudio desktop, the first website, and then you go down and whatever OS you're working with, like mine is Windows, so I will just click on this executable file. So it will start downloading here, and similarly if you're working on Mac or Ubuntu, then you can download it for your respective OS. Okay, so when it's done, it will be opening. Here you can see the executable file. I'll open this. Yeah, and I'll say yes. Next, whatever it says, just see where you want to store this folder. The destination folder is again C programs file RStudio. You have to remember this. If you want to click on another place or destination, then you can just see and wherever you want to store this. Like if you want to go for D drive, you can do that also here, right? So but for me C is fine. And then next I'll install, and it's extracting again all the packages which is needed for this. Okay, it will take some time. You have to be patient until it extracts everything. So this is, I will tell you one way where you can work with R in this IDE, and it is quite intuitive, but I will also show you another IDE which is really very intuitive once this download is done. Okay, 89, okay, it's quite fast, it's 70, okay. extracting all the files. Give it some time. Okay, it's finished, and we finish this. I'll minimize the screen and I'll show you where it is. So you can see here that when in the search bar you see this RStudio. You can open this, and once you open this, it will open the RStudio IDE. So you can see it's here. And a simple tour, if a simple gesture, if I just want to get you welcome with the R. So I'll just write a hi and shift enter. It should give you hi. Yeah. So if I write here like 2 plus 2, you can start using the console. So one thing you notice here that whatever I'm writing, the input is also provided here as an output. So this quite becomes, at times really cumbersome as to understand. So there's a better intuitive way wherein you can understand, very nicely, and it is a very presentable way of writing code, very neat way. I'll close this, but before that I want to show you one thing. If you want to work in RStudio, there's no shortcut created here, right? So for that, if you remember the location of your folder, it is in Windows C, and for me it was users. Yeah, yeah, and here you can find RStudio. Where is RStudio? Okay, this is R. Before that, Windows C program files, I guess. Yeah, in program files we will find this. Here is R and RStudio. So RStudio, it is here. I want this executable file to be created as a shortcut. So this is the path which I want. How do I get it? I will create a new folder here. I will create a new shortcut actually. So you go here and create a new shortcut. In this shortcut, you have to browse. Okay, so go to the same place, your destination, which is this PC, Windows C, and program files. In program files, you have to search RStudio and the executable file. Okay, just that's it. Okay, and next. Yes, finish. So this is your desktop shortcut, right? And you can start working on RStudio if you want directly from your desktop. You every time don't have to go and search for RStudio. Okay. Now the next way is using Jupyter Notebook. So for that, what you have to do is you have to download Anaconda. So just write here Anaconda download. And of course, if you're working for on Windows or Mac, you have to download for a respective OS. So here you will download it for Windows, and the Python 3.9 version, it comes by default. And once you download this, so I already have this downloaded, right? It will take some time once you download it. So I'll just show you my Anaconda. Once it gets downloaded, the Anaconda Navigator shortcut would be created here, right? And also the Anaconda command prompt you will get. Now I will show you the Anaconda Navigator. Once you download this and finish everything, selecting the location and everything, I'll show you the Anaconda Navigator and how do you use R actually. There are two ways you can use R. Actually, you can directly use Python, but for R you have to install R. Okay, so this is how your Anaconda Navigator dashboard looks like. So I am using Jupyter, as you can see. So you can just launch this. It will open in your default web browser. Okay, you can also use VS Code, but it's good to use Jupyter here right now. Now you go here to all applications and in the base root. If you want to see the install applications in your PC, click here install applications, and you can see that for me, I have installed Jupyter, Jupyter Lab, and these command prompts. Okay, but what are not installed is, as you can see, I have not installed all these applications. So now here it comes RStudio. You have to install this. Once you install this, the installation will begin at the base root. Okay, you don't have to create another environment for this. You launch it, install it, and then launch it. Okay, so I'll go back to all applications. Another way to install or start working with R is you get this Jupyter Anaconda command prompt. You open this, and I will close this for now. Now you are at the base. Now what you can write here is simply in the command line conda install -c r essentials, right? Yeah, and once you hit shift enter, since I have already downloaded it, it will extract all the packages and the libraries which you will be needing. And once it's been done, it will say yes, it will ask you to proceed or not, and then it will start downloading it. So you can see that it is collecting the packages from the metadata, solving environment, and it's done, right? Yeah, takes some time because there are so many packages and libraries which we use, and we just import it in our Jupyter files. So it's very easy. So once it's done, it will again give you a prompt as to what to do next. We have to wait for some time. All request packages are already installed since I already did this. So now we are ready to use. Now, how do you launch a Jupyter notebook? So here I will simply write here Jupyter notebook. Okay. Okay. You can write open Jupyter notebook or simply Jupyter notebook. Actually, the spelling mistake was there. So this is what it is giving me. It is opening this Jupyter notebook here, but I don't want that. So I'll again show you how do you do it. So either you can click this shortcut which will be created once you download Anaconda. You can either open this directly from here, and it will be opening in your default web browser. Here you can see, and this is how it feels. Very friendly. You can easily create and delete your folders. So here when you have correctly installed R, you will get this R kernel here. By default, Jupyter comes with Python kernel. So once you install R using the command which I have told you, conda install -c r-essentials, you will get this R kernel. So how do you create a folder? Just a little bit of exercise. So I'll write here new folder, okay, and this is here untitled folders. You click on this and you rename this as, you will write here R course, okay, and we'll be working now on this folder throughout this course. So I'll rename this, and once you open this, you will create all your files in R now here, okay. So this is the first file that I'm creating here, and you can see this is an untitled file. I can go here and rename this as basics of R, right? So I rename this as file, and simply just to tell you, I'll just write hello all, and let's get you a feel of the code lines. Now this is the code. Now you have to run this. Either run this, it will give you an output here itself. Now this is a kind of a notebook, as you can see, which is much more interactive than RStudio. So that's why I prefer Jupyter Notebook. So now once you see this blue icon here, just hit the down arrow buttons, right? Or just write B, the key B in your keyboard, and more of the keys or the cells would be added here, right? And in the next video, we will go on further and understand the R basics, how to get started coding in R. That's it for this lecture. Till then, happy learning. I hope this session was fruitful, and I'll see you next in the next video of data types and data structure. Till then, happy learning and thank you.